Hi, my name's Mr. Light.
Hi, I'm Margaret Eck.
It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for coming in. You've been referred to outpatient substance abuse here at Edinburgh Correctional Facility by the case manager. And we have some questions to go over as part of the admissions process to the group to see if you meet all the criteria and if you do indeed have a substance abuse problem. And I guess before we get started, do you have any questions?
Yeah, when can I get started?
When is your out date?
I have down to 2019.
Okay. That's 2 years out, so it'll probably be the beginning of 2018 when we look at putting you in phase 1,
Wow.
if you're eligible.
Okay.
Because it takes about a year to go through all 3 phases. There's a phase 1, phase 2, phase 3.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else?
Nothing.
All right. And let's see, name is Margaret Eck. And your age?
I'm 63.
Okay. And have you been in prison before?
No, this is my
Okay.
first time in prison.
Okay. All right. And why are you seeking treatment at this time?
I have a lot of problems. I don't know how to handle my feelings. I get really angry.
Okay.
I have a lot of depression, and I'm drinking over stuff in my childhood.
Okay.
I recognize that because I've tried to stop, and when those memories come, I want to drink, and I don't know how to stop.
Okay. And has the use of alcohol or other drugs caused any significant problems in your life other than this incarceration?
I've lost jobs. My enzymes are up on my liver. I'm not a really good mom. I abandoned, I hurt my kids. We have fights. My husband and I have fights.
Okay.
I've had blackouts and passed out. And I have terrible hangovers still.
Okay. So in regards to your family, when you were growing up, did you live with your mother and father? Were
Yes.
they married?
They were married
Okay.
and divorced, but I was older. I was in my 20s.
Okay. And do you have any siblings?
I have 5. I'm the middle of 5. I
Okay.
have 3 half brother and sisters, and then 2 younger sisters
Okay.
that are biological.
Okay. And are your parents currently alive or are they deceased?
They're deceased.
Okay.
My stepmother's still living.
Okay. And how is your relationship with your stepmother?
It's never been good.
Okay. And when your parents got divorced, did you continue to live with one of them or did you move out on your own?
I was older, but my little sisters, I wanted to stay in the house to help them.
Okay.
My mom is a recovering, or was not recovering yet, but she's in treatment, and I wanted to be there to help my little sisters.
Okay.
So I lived with them for about a year after
Okay.
the divorce. And when I knew Mom she wasn't gonna drink anymore.
Okay. And concerning your first age of use, how old were you when you first started using drugs or alcohol?
I started drinking at the age of 10,
Okay.
and my mom was a German immigrant, so that the alcohol was prevalent. It was in the house all the time, and
Okay.
even with, during the week when we ate supper, it was always there.
Okay.
And then I started smoking pot in high school, and that led to cocaine and hallucinogens, and at the time it was not, we had Valium, I think, but we were doing Quaaludes or, mescaline or those kinds of things. So we did a lot of hallucinogens and drinking.
Okay. And in regards to your substance use, would your drug of choice, would you say it's alcohol or?
I'd say it's been all my life, and I've done all different kinds of things.
Right.
So I think probably they've caused problems too, but alcohol is my main drug of choice.
Okay. And in regards to your education, did you graduate from high school?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Did you go on to college?
I did. And then I went to a 2-year college. I drank and drugged through those classes, and it was at a community college. And I think I have an associate's degree, but it took me 3 years to get that because of my drinking and drugging and partying and stuff. Then I put myself through nursing school.
Okay. All right. And let's see, are you married?
I'm married,
Okay.
about almost 39 years in March.
Okay. Do you have any children?
I have two
Okay.
daughters. They're grown, and I have a grandson.
Okay. And how is your relationship with your family members now? Is this strained or is it?
And my family members, we've always been strained because when I moved to Colorado, we didn't have a lot of contact with
Okay.
my brothers or sisters or my parents. I'm very, close to them now
Mm-hmm.
because we're all adults and we have children and
Okay.
we have a lot in common.
Okay. Well, in regards to your substance use and your seeking treatment, I guess what is your motivation for seeking treatment?
I just am miserable. I'm tired. I don't want to quit drinking. I want to be happy and have peace. I want to make the right decisions.
Okay.
I keep going from job to job, finding things to do, that will fill my, but I can't be satisfied. I can't, nothing works. I'm physically not well. I'm tired all the time. I can't think. I'm very emotional. I'm very angry a lot. I have depression, I think. I just want to have some peace and some joy in my life. I want to be a good mom and a good grandma and a good wife.
Okay. Have you been through treatment before? For any kind of
just an education, never treatment.
Okay.
I went to a couple of AA meetings, but I didn't like them.
Okay. And about how long ago was that?
That was a couple of years ago.
Oh, okay. All right. So, is there any history of mental illness in your family?
Yes. My mother was very depressed.
Okay.
My sister's manic depressive and has attempted suicide. I believe my father had an addiction. My mom was alcoholic recovery.
Okay.
I believe Dad had a problem, but we didn't. It wasn't as noticeable as my mom, because she was a small lady and she would pass out or black out. So growing up, we always thought she was the problem. But I think Dad probably has a drinking problem too.
Okay. And so what areas do you feel you need to continue to work on in your recovery? mentioned you're not happy, you're possibly depressed, but what areas?
I was abused when
Okay.
I was growing up, and so I want to get some help with that, because I think that's one of the major reasons why I
Okay.
use.
Sure.
I also want to know how to handle problems. I don't know how to handle problems. I drink over them. I
Okay.
get stressed out.
So poor coping skills. Okay.
Yeah. All of my friends use. So I don't, except for my husband. He's not using now, but everybody we hang out with drink and use drugs.
Okay. And what do you feel are your triggers to use?
Oh, all of them.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. I drink, even when
Okay.
I don't want to.
Okay.
I just, it could be a good day, a bad day,
Okay.
Usually stress is what gets me going the most, or, just being annoyed or angry, or,
Okay.
so, emotions probably is my trigger.
Okay. And as far as coping strategies, I think we pretty much covered that you don't have very good coping strategies, because you would use or drink over
Yeah, I don't know how they can do it.
instead of working through it.
I need, that's what I want treatment for, is to help me learn how to handle stuff.
Okay. All right. And let's see. Do you have any questions right now?
No.
Okay. And in regards to the interview that we're doing, let's see, we've covered that your family history, and you come from a family where there's some genetic disposition to addiction or substance abuse, because it has been shown to run, or there is a genetic trait to it, or susceptibility. So, but some other things that you brought to light are issues which haven't been resolved from childhood, such as a sexual abuse. So that's something we'll look at during treatment and help you process those feelings and dig down in there, and then move past it and accept it and heal from it. So, in summary, looks like you're, let me just reiterate here, you're 63 years old, your parents are divorced, and you're the middle of 5 siblings. You get along with your stepmother, or you don't get along with your stepmother. Both parents have passed away. You've been married for 29 plus years. Okay. Your husband doesn't use, however, your friends that you currently have, they do use. Okay. And you have 2 grown daughters. What were their ages?
31 and 39.
Okay. And there is some history of mental illness in your family. Regarding your strengths and weaknesses, could you identify for me what are a couple of your strengths?
I'm very caring.
Okay.
I'm thoughtful. I'm kind. That can also be a weakness of mine, because I let people walk on me. I don't have coping skills, and most of my peers influence my usage would be my weaknesses.
Okay. So, would, say setting boundaries or being a people pleaser, does that
Yeah,
seem to fit?
yes.
Okay. And as far as a couple of weaknesses, I think you've mentioned a couple in there. Do you find it easier to talk about your strengths or your weaknesses?
Oh, most definitely my weaknesses. I have a real hard time seeing what's good about me. So I think maybe we can work on my self-respect,
Self-esteem? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I appreciate you coming in. Is there any questions before we wrap up?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
It's easier to say.